Don't you dare doubt the Denver Nuggets. They'll bite you. They did exactly that at the Toyota Center tonight. Big win on the road in H-Town. Welcome to Nuggets Post Game Live. Winning tastes great with Miller Time. It is Miller Time, and this, Chris Dempsey, is the sound of victory right here. And now I've got beer all over my lap.
Sure do.
Great.
Sure do.
Okay, you go ahead and handle that.
I'll handle that for you.
I do have to ask you this question.
Yes.
All right. 2 bookend victories on the road trip, Golden State, Houston. Which of those was more impressive?
Today's, I think. But just because, the Golden State thing, we had seen them do that, quite frankly, at Golden State before with kind of a skeleton crew in Golden State. So, okay, you start off the road trip that way. But after having a couple of games where it looked like things were falling apart, how are you going to get yourself back together? This was very impressive. Especially defensively in that second half. After Houston shot 51% in the first half, they shot 37% in the second half. And so defensively, you were all there. Your players were dialed into the game plan. They were energetic. They were very organized on both ends of the court. And you get a victory that was really, really much needed.
Smelled like a distillery.
Yeah.
Time to see who's all in, presented by Ball Corporation, all in aluminum. Jamal Murray. 10 points in the loss to Portland. Not good. 39 of them tonight. A plus 19. He had a couple Murray flurries in this game, especially in the third quarter when the Nuggets jumped out to that 19-point lead.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, he was very aggressive from the start. Jamal Murray really looked to get to his spots and to get aggressive quickly. And this is a team that he's very confident against. I mean, he scores all the points all the time against the Houston Rockets. Just a really good matchup for him. They can't contain him. Their guards can't contain him. Quick screens. He can get straight downhill, get straight to the elbow, get straight to the mid-range, and then in some transition, he's able to knock in some three-point shots as well. So I think for Jamal, this was what was required. It was not just he had to put a game like this on the board. 17 points in the third quarter alone in this game.
And you see the numbers without Joker. Usually he's about 18 points a game. He more than doubled it tonight. Also 4 of 6 from the three-point line. Carried the Nuggets when they needed it most. What a performance from the Nuggets, Jamal Murray. By the way, one coincidence, and I guess it's a coincidence, in that Golden State game, do you know how many free throws Golden State missed in that game? 12.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Tonight, Houston Rockets missed 12 free throws.
Yeah.
And those freebies were big down the stretch. Şengün airballed one when they needed it most.
Yeah.
So they'll take it.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The little things, the Nuggets did the little things, and Houston did not. Houston had to scramble kind of toward the end. You saw them really put Steven Adams on the court and keep him on there because they were missing so many shots in the second half. They had to impact the offensive glass. They did a little bit in kind of shrinking the lead down. But when it was time to win and time to execute, the Nuggets were able to do that, and that includes the free throw line.
All right, let's take a look at the changes now in the Western Conference standings. What's at stake, presented by STK. The Nuggets creep up now, only a game behind Houston for the 2 seed. They're a game in front of the Lakers now. That was nice. I think it should be more than a game because the Lakers only won 43, but a game and a half nonetheless. Memphis is now a game 2.5 back, and you look at it, they're starting to make some room between the 2 and 3 seeds and that play-in where you don't want to end up.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's look, I think what we're starting to look at right here, Vic, is Denver and the Lakers vying for the 3-4 seeds. And, okay, that's, I don't think that's a bad thing. That's going to assure you home court advantage in the first round. And, you're going to stay off of the side of the bracket, that has, the Oklahoma City Thunder. So, they're in good position.
Let's talk about the personnel move that Michael Malone made tonight. He was unhappy clearly with the rebounding in Portland. Mm-hmm. They got dominated on the offensive glass.
Yep.
Enter DeAndre Jordan, and he produces a double-double. 15 rebounds, a season high for him. 11 points. He had 5 dunks in this game. Also 4 assists. What a game from the vet, the Houston native.
Yeah, he was most responsible for the Nuggets immediately being able to take care of their defensive glass. And he did that early in the first quarter. It was, as a matter of fact, somebody was asking me kind of halfway through the quarter, how many rebounds does he have right now? It was already 6 immediately. And so you knew that was a big deal. I mean, the Houston Rockets were the number 1 rebounding team in the NBA. And DeAndre Jordan this season, just like kudos to him, because he spent a big chunk of time not playing recently, and just every single time that they've asked him to come on the court and do something that is needed, whether it's blocking shots, being a defensive presence, getting rebounds, rolling to the basket hard, and putting some pressure on the rim, he does it every single time. And so it's just great to see that those are the kind of professionals that you need in your locker room.
And he did it for the bulk of this game against Houston's Twin Towers. They played Adams and Şengün together a lot in this game, and the Nuggets still found a way to win. When we come back, a calmer Michael Malone after his team responds with a big dub in Houston. We'll hear from Coach Malone. You're watching Nuggets Post-Game Live, brought to you by your Colorado Toyota stores. Game makes Michael Malone. Talk to us.
Coach, how would you describe the difference between the team that we saw in Portland versus the team that showed up tonight?
Night and day. Yeah, night and day. I could feel it. I could, all night long, from the beginning of the game to the end. That team had just won 9 games in a row. And I think you look at this season, I think there's probably the 4th or 5th team that had long winning streaks that we were able to, take down. And we all understood the importance of this game to try to salvage this road trip to go 500 against some really good teams. Houston is in front of us. We're 1-1 with 1 game remaining. But as you said, more important than anything, 20-10 second chance points in our favor. 14-0 in fast break points in our favor. 28 assists, only 9 turnovers. So when you play with that kind of physicality and urgency, and you're disciplined, and we execute, you give yourselves a chance. Now, on top of that, Jamal Murray was special tonight. 39.7 assists, only 1 turnover against one of the elite defenses in this league. Aaron Gordon, 8 assists, 0 turnovers. I thought DeAndre Jordan was incredible today. Michael Porter, 17 and 9. Russ, 14 off the bench. So we got contributions from everybody. But most importantly, as you mentioned, Katie, just a different team. And if we can find a way to be that team every night, I really like our chances.
It was a little different in that most nights we say, hey, we had to come up with some situational defense to win this game. Tonight, almost like you had to have situational offense late in that game to win it.
Yeah, obviously getting the right lineups out there, ball handlers, free throw shooters. We made the game probably a little bit more interesting than it should have been down the stretch with a few turnovers, but our guys battled. They just gave everything they had. And as a coach, that's all you can ever ask for. We're going to make mistakes. I don't want a perfect team. I am far from perfect. But what I do want is a team that is just committed to one another and just leave it all out there. And we did that today for 48 minutes, and we're able to take down the number 2 team in the West. And proud of our guys for that. And now, obviously, it gets no easier with 10 games to go, a back-to-back tomorrow night. And hopefully we can go home with a 5-game homestand and find a way to protect our home court.
Coach,
Go ahead.
I was just wondering, how soon after Portland did you decide to start DeAndre Jordan tonight? He hadn't played in 10 games. I was wondering what led to the decision.
Well, 2 things. DJ was going to start in Portland. And with Klingon, they're rebounding. And then Klingon was a late scratch, so we went small. And knowing that Houston was elite offensive rebounding team, and with us being without Nikola Jokic, and knowing they were going to play Şengün and Adams, I knew DJ was going to play. And I made the decision soon thereafter that game that DJ is one of our best defensive rebounders. He's one of our best rim protectors. And if we're getting our butts kicked on the glass, but let me put out one of our biggest, strongest guys that has a very impressive 17-year resume. And special day for DeAndre because this is where he's from, playing in front of a lot of family and friends, and 15 rebounds, 12 defensive, 4 assists, a steal, did a lot of really good things for us. So I'm happy for DJ. I'm proud of him.
How much do you think him as a screener helps Jamal get open in situations too?
Yeah, and not only setting great screens, but if you ever really watch DJ, as he's coming up to set the screen, he's making eye contact with the small. He's looking to flip the screen at the last second. That makes it so much harder for the on-ball defender to navigate. Am I sending him left? Am I sending him right, middle, down, whatever the case may be? So he's a guy that will usually lead us in screen assists, getting guys open. Because against that defense, Jamal's not going to have 39 just going one-on-one. You have to find ways to give Jamal Murray room to operate and give him some separation. And Jamal had a special night, but I thought his teammates did a hell of a job in terms of getting him open. But again, 9 turnovers against that team is really impressive.
Is there something you see with Jamal where you know he's got it going that night?
Yeah, I mean, the first quarter, obviously, when he just doesn't ease his way into the game, when he comes out into the first quarter and tries to impose his will. And he did that tonight. I ran him the whole first quarter, I believe, because he was scoring at such a high clip, and I felt if I took him out, we may have a hard time scoring without his offensive juice. But, yeah, we've said it for a long time. An aggressive Jamal Murray is a very effective Jamal Murray. And that was great to see him have that type of a game. And it's also my job to make sure he can't have 10 field goal attempts in a game. I mean, that's not Jamal's fault. That's my fault. That's his teammates' fault. We got to get Jamal Murray more than 10 shots. And he got 28 up tonight, and that's the ballpark he should be living in.
How did you see Aaron Gordon step up, particularly in the fourth quarter for you guys?
Yeah, he made a huge shot. You know, they were making a run. I think it was 4.4 on the shot clock based on out of bounds. Drew up a little play, a couple of options. They took away our first option, and Aaron was able just to ISO at the nail and make a big shot. So 13, 4 boards, 8 assists, and 1 steal and no turnovers. Timely plays. We found him in the middle against their zone. They played a lot of zone tonight. And it's just when you can get Aaron the ball in the middle of the floor, it's a calming influence. He can score, he can facilitate, he can make plays. And it was fun to watch all of our guys bounce back, from a tough loss, disappointing loss in Portland.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
He mentioned DeAndre Jordan, who did not play in Portland, plays 38 minutes tonight, most minutes he's gotten since 2018.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
It's been 7 years.
And it's a tribute to him keeping himself ready, right?
He's going to be sore tomorrow.
He is.
You know what? And it's a back-to-back tomorrow against the Chicago Bulls.
Who are already in Denver, by the way.
You're exactly right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that game, Chicago, because the Nuggets won. More in store here on Nuggets post-game live. When we come back, we'll go inside the Nuggets locker room. Yep, a lot of flurry action in Houston today. The Nuggets took care of business behind 39 from Jamal Murray.
Yeah, I love this. It does. Feels great.
Watch this.
Look, when it was Lob City and DeAndre Jordan was playing for the Clippers, this is what it was every single night. I mean, this is just so good. I literally, so we have a couch where we are watching the games here at the studio, and literally jumped off the couch when that dunk was completed. It was awesome.
I jumped off the couch several times tonight because I was watching that CSU finish. Talk about heartbreaking.
Yeah,
my goodness. Apologies to the Rams, but what a great season and what a tough way to lose. Anyway, back to the Nuggets. Let's go to Toyota Center, the locker room, where Peyton Watson is talking to Scott Hastings.
How big was that win for you guys?
It was a big-time win. We needed that, and we also needed them to lose. So it was a big-time win all around. I'm glad guys stepped up.
And going 2-2 on a road trip like this, you said that before it started, you're going to be pretty happy. Second, third game didn't feel good, but this is a good road trip.
Nah, it was a solid road trip. Obviously, some things we got to clean up, but you need the adversity too. You need some of those downs to build you to be a tougher team in the long run, and that's what this road trip was for us. So I'm glad that we were able to leave it off on a win.
Help you get closer even?
Huh?
Help you get a little closer even as a team?
Yeah, most definitely. We need this. It brought us closer for sure, and we played together tonight.
Appreciate it.
9 points, 5 rebounds for Peyton Watson, but the defensive player of the game chain, that goes to the Houston native.
Hell of a win. That team had just won 9 games in a row. And the numbers, right? 20-10 second chance points in our favor. Outstanding job there. 14-0 fast break in our favor. 28 assists, only 9 turnovers. And second half defense, they held that team to 36%. A lot of big performances, right? Jamal, 39, 7 assists, 1 turnover. Against that defense. AG, 13, 8 assists, no turnovers. All right, Mikey, 17 and 9. Everybody contributed. Russ, 14 off the bench. Peyton Watson, 9 and 5. And I want to give this to, where's he at? Hey, great job. Fellas, go win. Let's go home. Come on. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nuggets take care of business in H-Town, 116-111. They clean up everything they did in Portland on Friday night, finished 2-2 on the road trip. We want to thank all the audience from 9News and KTVD for watching Nuggets postgame live. For those of you on altitude, Jamal Murray coming right up, 39 points, Murray flurries, DeAndre Jordan dunks, all of it coming up next. $39 of them tonight.
No, I just think he's always talking, super vocal, encouraging, always keeping guys in good spirits. I just think he does a great job just staying involved. I think as a player, you want to play, you want to impact the team in that way, but he does such a good job of just adapting to his role in the team and being a team guy and, like I said, encouraging guys and talking to guys when they need to be. So, and then always staying ready. It's another thing to be, coaching the guys up on the sideline sometimes, but to stay ready and come in the game and then just haven't played in 3-4 weeks and come in the game, impact the game like that. I think it just shows to his professionalism, and something that, he's been doing for a while. So
Jamal, one observations on tonight's game that can help me to create a headline. One observation of tonight's game. Remark. To create a headline tonight.
That ain't my job, bro. I did my work already. There you go. Third quarter. I don't know. Did you watch?
Yeah, it was great, man.
There you go, man. Right there. Third quarter was great.
Is the third quarter, you guys, is that a blueprint for you guys the rest of the year?
I think it's first quarter. I think he needs to start with the first quarter that happens, and then the second quarter that happens, and then the third quarter.
You guys got a 5-game homestand at home. Still confidence where you guys are and everything and what you need to do?
The confidence never varies. It's always on the outside that it may vary, but I think in here we're always good. We know what we're capable of. We won a shit before. We know what it takes, and now it's just all about bringing those habits, or trying to keep those habits and get rid of the bad ones going into these last 9 games. So.
You were having fun with DJ, but that was, after not playing in 10 games, that was monster.
I'm telling you, that's really professional, bro. Just coming here and like that kind of impact. I don't know how many boards he has, but 15 boards, catching laws, just super vocal, setting screens, rebound, just super active, super involved in the game. And everyone want to talk about me this game. I don't think we win that game without his presence in the paint either.
Thank you, sir.
I love that. More DeAndre Jordan. I mean, he's proven he can provide a spark.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, he's been, every time they've asked him this season to come on in and play a role for whatever it is that they need, he's been really, really good at it. And, they needed him today. I mean, they needed to battle Houston on the boards. They were able to do that. The third quarter, I know Jamal started with the first quarter, and he had a good first quarter too. But third quarter, Jamal had 17 points in that third quarter just by himself. I mean, it's 7 of 10 shooting, 3 of 4 from the three-point line. But I just thought this. Defensively, the Nuggets were just so much better at creating clogged up arteries and lanes for Houston. Just couldn't get in there and, get straight to the rim. There were hands everywhere. They were very disruptive. And that really set the tone for the quarter, which the Nuggets won by 17 points. So certainly DeAndre, Jamal, all around, everybody was great.
All right, let's take a look at those Toyota game recap highlights. Jamal Murray mentioned the first quarter. Well, it didn't start great for the Nuggets. Dylan Brooks getting all muscular in there. The Rockets lifted off to an 11-2 lead. 11-2. But then the Nuggets woke up. Let's go ahead and run these boys. CB to Michael Flusher Jr. Nicely done. That's an 11-0 run, Dempsey.
Yeah, it is. And they were able to really still get some of their running personality into this game.
They're not done yet. Jamal Murray, you can tell he's in one. Look what he does to Jalen Green here. Get you some of that.
Yeah, just in the blender. Straight blender.
He had 12 points in the first quarter. We go to the second. Rockets don't take a lot of threes, but Jalen Green, he makes some threes, made some tonight, and the Rockets regain the lead. Nuggets keep hanging in, though. They never let them go off. In fact, DeAndre Jordan, off a great dish from MPJ, cuts it to 2. Nuggets much better on the boards tonight. Look at that rebound by Peyton Watson, and the pass to Christian Brown downtown.
Yeah, 2 hands in traffic there for Peyton Watson, and then getting back out into that open court again.
Final minute of the half, Jamal Murray, you give him some space, he'll do that to you. All square, 57 apiece at halftime. Nuggets come out rolling in the third. This was the quarter. Little pick and roll. DJ, boom!
Just flying through the air. Those two had a great connection tonight.
A little more DJ. This time the dish from Aaron Gordon. Just go ahead and eat my hand while you're at it. The Nuggets lead is suddenly 9. And Jamal Murray had himself a flurry. Shot clock about to expire here. Look at this.
Yeah, when you're just flicking it up there like that, making it at the end of the shot clocks, you know what kind of night it is.
Nuggets up 17 after 3, fourth quarter. Could they hold the lead?
Stop it.
That is ridiculous.
Oh, my gosh. These guys.
But back come the Rockets. Steven Adams going to be wide open here. Watch him fill the lane. Somebody forgot about him.
Yeah.
And then the and one. Cut the lead to 8. You knew they'd make a game of it. Under 2 minutes to play now. Nuggets need a bucket desperately. Aaron Gordon, he got a bucket. Some breathing room. But it's not over yet, Chris Dempsey. Nuggets can't inbound the ball.
Yeah,
and this turns into a turnover.
Yeah, this is a tough sequence right there. And NBA teams, they usually cash that right in like Dylan Brooks does right there with that three-pointer. But not so much.
You deserve to lose when you do that. In the final minute,
big.
Huge free throws. They missed 12 of them. Şengün was a foot short on his. And the Nuggets win in Houston. Your Chevy post-game stats. Rebounds. They held their serve against a very good rebounding team.
Correct. Yeah, they did. And they had to do that. And really in the times that it counted. Now, look, that rebounding number swung into the Rockets' favor in that fourth quarter when they were just really desperate and attacking the basketball every single time it was on the rim. So fine, whatever. But the Nuggets did the job there. You see the turnovers are highlighted. That is very well done. Turnovers have been a bugaboo for this basketball team a lot of times this year. And today it was not at all. And that's what you need to have happen to win a very tough road game against a team that had won 9 straight games. The Houston Rockets are in second place for a reason, and you were able to come in, execute, and walk out of there with a win.
You're watching Nuggets Postgame Live, brought to you by your Colorado Toyota stores. I don't drink beer, but I smell like a brewery right now.
You sure do.
I better not get pulled over on the way home. Nice homestand. Tied for the longest homestand of the season. 5 in a row starting tomorrow night. So get home, get rested, because the Bulls are waiting for you here in Denver.
And the Bulls just beat the Lakers 146-112
Yes, they did.
yesterday. So that's a team that do not take them lightly. They have a lot of good young talent on that team. A fast-breaking team, too. So the Nuggets' transition defense will certainly need another test. You passed it today, right? 0 fast break points for the Houston Rockets. It's going to be a little bit more difficult for that to happen against the Bulls. But certainly you want to finish off the second of a back-to-back in style.
I'm going to go back to something you said in our pregame show. We played the Michael Malone press conference after the Portland loss where he just went crazy. He went off. And you said, you only have so many of those cards you can play as a coach.
Yeah.
Well, he played it, and it worked.
And it worked, yeah.
It worked.
It did.
How long will it work is the question.
It's a good question. So we're all crossing our fingers to see how much. But, I think both Michael Malone afterwards and Jamal Murray spoke to this too, which is it's a good basketball team. Like the Nuggets – The issue here isn't talent. It's not. It's habits. And do you have good habits on the basketball court or bad habits on the basketball court? And the bad habits have been costing them games and certainly cost them a couple of times on this very road trip. But talent is not in question here. And if they are going to play the way they played in Houston tonight, then I'll show you a basketball team that's got a long playoff run ahead of them. And so, it was emergency break glass, right? He had to go ahead and get after him. It's just like, and he did, but more so his team heard him and they responded.
This is going to be fun, Nuggets fans. 10 games to go in the regular season. The next 5 right here at Ball Arena. The Nuggets go to Houston, snap the Rockets' 9-game win streak, and they do it all without Nikola Jokic. We get updated on his health situation. Hopefully we'll see him sometime this week at Ball Arena. For Chris Dempsey, I'm Vic Lombardi. Thanks for watching Nuggets Postgame Live.